Let us now render one more tree of the functional component and see how the diffing works. So by default what should happen is we should see two instances of the same component, and for the sake of simplicity for this first version of this course, for the functional component we will be simply removing the old component that is available in the DOM. So what I'll do here is create one more tree of this component and render it back to the DOM. So I'll have the same code that we had earlier, right? So I have a set timeout here, and after 4 seconds we will again call tinyreact.render and render the greeting component, but then with a different message now, right? So let's see what happens now after 4 seconds once we refresh the browser. We'll go back to the browser and do a refresh. So this is the first instance of the rendering. Now after 4 seconds an alert should come up, and once you click on OK, now you can see two instances of the component rendered, right? You have the new component as well as the old component. Now as I mentioned, right, to handle this case we'll simply kind of put a check in our mount simple node, and we will remove any existing old DOM if it's already present. Okay, that's as simple as that. So let's go back to our dom.js file and go to the mount simple node function. Okay, and in here after this virtual element reference is set, we'll add a condition, remove old nodes. Okay, and the check is if there is an old DOM element, call the unmount node function, pass in the old DOM element and pass in the parent component. Once I do this, I'll save this out and come back to the browser and do a refresh again. So the first tree of component is rendered. Now after 4 seconds, the next second set of tree will be applied. Okay, and you can see the updated component in here, right? So this is very kind of simplistic approach. We just removed the thing in here, right? Maybe in subsequent updates, right, when we deal with the second part of this, we'll go into more detail about how this can be optimized.